morning, beautiful people. Happy Friday. I'm going to keep reminding us what day of the week it is because we might lose track given the current state of affairs. Anyway, Bobbie the Awesome here. I'm going to start with our reading, which I really like. And it's relevant to some stuff that I learned yesterday, so I'm going to tell you about it. So here goes. It starts with a quote from Ben N. If I only see my mistakes, I can't stay sober very long. Many of us review our days each evening just before sleep. This review can be a trial or a delight, depending on the focus. One way is to tote up only mistakes and errors, groaning about what we did wrong and how awful we are. What a self-defeating, depressing thing to do. Although we cannot live by bread alone, we cannot live by vinegar alone either. Looking at only the negatives can discourage us right back into relapse. If we're doing so badly, we reason, why continue to recover? Instead, we try concentrating on the good things we did, no matter how small. Did we make someone smile? Did we lighten someone's burden with a kind word? Did we give a word of hope to a friend? Did we avoid a problem? Did we squelch an angry response? Did we forgive an enemy? Eat a well-balanced meal? Make amends to someone we had harmed in the past? Go to a meeting? Get a sponsor? Tell the truth instead of making an excuse? As small as they are, these are the real indications of our progress and recovery. They are valid, good deeds we can be proud of. When we review our day tonight, we can give ourselves the pat on the back we deserve. We earned it. Help me be gentle with myself. Help me recognize the good things in my life. So the reason I really liked this or appreciated the timing of this one is I'm in this group on Facebook. It's called the Rise Up Challenge. And right now they have like 2 to 3 different speakers every day that give us, really good positive nuggets. It's geared towards business people and entrepreneurs and really positive thinking. And the leader of the group is this fella, Pete Vargas. It's called Advance Your Reach is his company. And he's just, he's a very, powerful, passionate. He's a good guy, and that's part of his group is who I'm doing a lot of my online education with. But he's really about serving and teaching people how to, really serve and do a good job getting the message out and, feeling he operates on positivity too. And he doesn't quite call it that. But anyway, so all these different speakers have been on. I guess we're gonna see Sean T. and there's been lots of good ones already. And yesterday, Dr. Amen, who I'm already a huge fan of, was on. And I read he's the brain guy is kind of how I refer to him. And he's written many books. And I started with Change Your Brain, Change Your Body, maybe? Change Your Brain, Change Your Mind. I don't know. But he gets into how brain health is so important. And it's part of why I believe in it. You should, eat well and what do you call it? I don't want to say exercise your brain, but essentially exercise your brain either by doing something new or learning. And he just has a really good way of delivering his message. And he wants people to be brain warriors is what he calls it. He has a podcast too. And I'm not hoping. I'm going to tell you, I will someday meet this man and have him on my podcast. It's on my vision board, so to speak. Anyway, so he was on yesterday and he was talking about going to bed, and he's had it tough too. Both of his parents had COVID. He has an office down in Manhattan. Both of his parents were in the hospital at the same time. Now he doesn't appear to be a young guy. He must be in his 60s at least. And I'm not saying that in an insulting way, but to put some context, his parents have to be closer to 80 or 90. And I'm just guessing. But they made it out alive. They both went in and they both came out, which is beautiful in itself. but he addressed, grief a little bit and really spun it around to, again, gratitude and positivity, like the benchmark on what I think the world should be. But when he talked about going to bed at night, it was really interesting because he talked about recalling the positive things and the things that brought him joy throughout the day. And what he had said was, if I go to bed with these thoughts and I think these thoughts before I fall asleep, I then have better REM sleep and better dreams because he's going to sleep thinking about this good stuff. And I didn't even know that was the way it worked. So that was interesting. And I mean, back when we had Guy Waltman here in one of the earlier episodes, and he talked about, where do you sleep at night? And most people say, bed, couch, whatever. And he said, well, gratitude is the place to, where he likes to go to sleep. So before he closes his eyes or, before he falls asleep, he thinks about all the things he's grateful for throughout the day. And I think I've been trying to practice it. I didn't put a Post-it above my bed. So some nights I remember and some nights I don't. But usually when I put my meditation on, it pops in. And I could see two values to this. Like the reading says this morning, that the victories show us we're on the right road, or just being able to appreciate the small little things show us, we're making progress in the right direction instead of hanging on to the past. Remember, we talked about the past yesterday. That doesn't serve us. So I think that it helps with that, but it also, I think we talked about how if you're in gratitude, you can't be thinking about negative stuff, and your brain can't be racing on all the I got to do this tomorrow and all that stuff that we can't control from bed anyway. It doesn't matter till tomorrow. Again, ties into, yesterday's reading. Let's live in the present instead of the past and the future. So that I thought was pretty neat timing, since we just heard Dr. Amen yesterday and his messaging, and him and Guy, I don't know if Guy knows who Dr. Amen is. He must, because the way that he views things with taking care of our brain. So I'm going to make that like your self-care homework today. Think about two things. How are you taking care of your brain and your mental health? You have to take care of your brain the same way that you take care of your body. Not the same executable way, but with the same vigilance and care. If you're not nourishing your brain with the right foods or keeping the bad stuff away, like alcohol and behavioral addictions and smoking and sugar, I mean, all those things do harm to your brain. If you're not doing those right things, your brain, who's kind of helping your body do all its other jobs, is going to have a hard time, right? It's not going to be able to help you with moving forward in life, your recovery. It's really easy to stay in a bad place if your brain is not in the right place. And the other part of that homework and how it helps the brain is the drinking the water and the gratitude. Can you see I nag about things that are important to me and that I think are important because the experts are saying they're important, but they also have worked for me. So, yeah, so think about taking care of your brain and drink your water, because it does take care of your brain. And have a wonderful Friday. I'm excited it's Friday. I have another Justin concert tonight. Justin's the guy who sings the song that we open and close to, I Hope You're Happy, which I play because I hope you're happy. Like, I genuinely hope you're happy. And that's what I hope that our conversations help you become. Anyway, he's on again tonight, and he's playing, I think, one of the albums that I think is pretty powerful. It's called Foiled, and some of it's pretty intense, and he's going to do this all acoustically. And again, I was not a music person. Like, I like music for Zumba, but these guys just, I literally listen to them almost all day, all night. Like when I'm not listening to learning material, that's what's playing. Oh, and I have a get up in the morning playlist that maybe we'll get into another day when we talk about meditation and stuff. But yeah, so the concert tonight. So I'm pretty excited. And if you haven't checked out Blue October or Justin, I'm going to screw up how you say his last name, Furstenfeld. If you haven't checked out their tunes, you know, it's deemed alternative, but there's like there's some stuff that sounds like romantic. There's some stuff that sounds angry. There's stuff that sounds just beautiful. Like the music just has so many emotions, and anybody that's into music, you know, you really connect probably to the emotional value of it anyway. But, you know, the lead singer, Justin, has been on the journey from, you know, the drugs and the drinking to a sober life. And he's an icon in my opinion because he's brave and he's up there and he doesn't hide behind his sobriety. He actually talks about it and he engages in his community about it, which obviously still takes a lot of courage. So anyway, maybe that's why I totally love them. Anyway, I am going to bid you farewell. Have a great day. Do your homework. Brain exercise with water. Or at least think about how you can help your brain. All right? Talk to you.